mercy upon me, O Yahweh, according to your loving kindness, according to the multitude of your tender mercies, blot out my transgressions. Wash me thoroughly from my iniquity and cleanse me from my sin. Create in me a clean heart, O Yahuwah, and renew a steadfast spirit within me. Do not cast me away from your presence, and do not take your ruin from me. Restore to me the joy of your salvation, and uphold me by your generous rule. Then I will teach transgressors your ways, and sinners shall turn back to you. For I acknowledge my transgressions, and my sin is always before me. Against you, you only have I sinned, and done this evil in your sight, that you may be found just when you speak, and blameless when you judge. Create in me a clean heart, O Yahuwah, and renew a steadfast spirit within me. Do not cast me away from your presence, and do not take your ruin from me. Restore to me the joy of your salvation, and uphold me by your generous rule. Then I will teach transgressors your ways, and sinners shall be converted to you. Behold, I was born a sinner from the moment my mother conceived me. Surely you desire truth in the inward parts, and in the hidden part you will make me to know wisdom. Purge me with hyssop, and I shall be clean. Wash me, and I shall be whiter than snow. Create in me a clean heart, O Yahweh, and renew a steadfast spirit within me. Do not cast me away from your presence, and do not take your ruin from me. Restore to me the joy of your salvation, and uphold me by your generous rule. Then I will teach transgressors your ways, and sinners shall be converted to you. Make me hear joy and gladness, that the bones you have broken may rejoice. Hide infirmities. Deliver me from the guilt of bloodshed. Oh, Yahuwah, the Elohim of my salvation. My tongue shall sing aloud of your righteousness. Oh, Elohim, open my lips, and my mouth shall show forth your praise. Create in me a clean heart, O Yahuwah, and renew a steadfast spirit within me. Do not cast me away from your presence, and do not take your ruach from me. Restore to me the joy of your salvation, and uphold me by your generous rule. Then I will teach transgressors your ways, and sinners shall be converted to you. For you do not desire sacrifice, or else I would give it. You do not delight in burnt offering. The sacrifices of Yahuwah are a broken spirit, a broken and a contrite heart. These, oh Yahweh, you will not despise. Create in me a clean heart, oh Yahweh, and renew a steadfast spirit within me. Do not cast me away from your presence, and do not take your ruin from me. Restore to me the joy of your salvation. All praises to Yahuwah. Shabbat Shalom, everyone out there listening on the FYP, and those who are about to join. Shabbat Shalom to all. All praises to the Most High, Yahuwah, in the name of his son, Yahusha HaMashiach, and the Ruach HaKodesh. Yes, I am here to talk about Saul and the witch of Endor. Why? Well, I've been hearing other brothers and sisters speak about that hot topic. It's a very debatable topic to this day. And, I see that a lot of errors are being made when that topic is being discussed, right? Because I hear some saying that it was Samuel that the witch with the familiar spirit brought up. Some say it wasn't, So, I did my studies, I did my research. So I'm just here to share what I found. So, without any further ado, I'm going to go into it. Waste no time. So, first of all, I will go into the Old Testament concerning familiar spirits, wizards, necromancers. And what did the Most High Yahuwah of the children of Israel said back in the Torah concerning wizards, necromancers, those who work witchcraft and have familiar spirits. Let's see. And then I promise I'm going to go into 1 Samuel 28. We're going to break it down one at a time. Okay, so walk with me, please. So I'm in the book of Leviticus, chapter 19, verse 31. Right? So that's Leviticus chapter 19, verse 31. And this is what the Most High says concerning wizards and familiar spirits. The book of Leviticus, chapter 19, verse 31. Regard not them that have familiar spirits. Regard means that don't entertain them, don't like them. Regard not them that have familiar spirits, neither seek after wizards to be defiled by them. I am the Most High, your Elohim. Right? Strict warning. That's in Leviticus chapter 19, verse 31. Walk with me. Just a book over, the book of Leviticus, chapter 20, verse 6. And the Most High is saying this again. He doesn't stop saying it. Walk with me. Listen. The book of Leviticus, chapter 20, verse 6. And the soul that turneth after such have familiar spirits and after wizards to go a whoring after them, I will even set my face against that soul and will cut him off from among his people. Walk with me. Same chapter, the end of the verse, 27. Leviticus chapter 20, verse 27. A man also or woman that has a familiar spirit or that is a wizard shall surely be put to unalivement. They shall stone them with stones. Their blood shall be upon them. Right. So Most High is giving warning and judgment. What the children of Israel are supposed to do when they encounter somebody, man or woman, that has a familiar spirit. Stone them to unalivement. No questions asked, no court. Straight judgment. This is how strongly the Father feels concerning these wizards with these familiar evil spirits. He does not like them at all. And he wouldn't even join them. Walk with me. Let's go to the book of Deuteronomy. And he's still repeating it. Deuteronomy chapter 18. And we're going to start at verse 10. The book of Deuteronomy, chapter 18, verse 10. There shall not be found among you anyone that maketh his son or his daughter to pass through the fire, or that useth divination, or an observer of times, or an enchanter, or a witch. Verse 11. Or a charmer, or a consulter with familiar spirits, or a wizard, or a necromancer. I'm going to read that again. He's being very strict. He's getting straight to the point. Deuteronomy chapter 18, verse 10. There shall not be found among you anyone, that means man or woman, children or child, girl or boy, maketh his son or his daughter to pass through the fire, or that useth divination, or an observer of times, or an enchanter, or a witch, or a charmer, or a counselor with familiar spirits, or a wizard, or a necromancer. That's Torah. Two witnesses, Leviticus, Deuteronomy. And he's being very strict and detailed about it. The Most High, the Father. Now, I will go to 1 Samuel 15 and 23. But before I go there, I think that we have to get familiar and know really what a familiar spirit is. And I did take the time out to get the definition. The Hebrew word for a familiar spirit, right, is Ob. And it's H178. Ob is OB, right, or OBE, right? And it's the Hebrew number H178. So the definition of a familiar spirit, and anybody can find this out. I got this from the Eastern Bible Dictionary, right? That's where I went and looked it up, and it breaks it down very profound. So the definition of a familiar spirit from the Eastern Bible Dictionary: sorcerers or necromancers who profess to call up the dead to answer questions were said to have a familiar spirit. Such a person was called by the Hebrews a Ob, which properly means a leathern bottle. For sorcerers were regarded as vessels containing the inspiring demon. I'm going to read that again. Definition of a familiar spirit from the Eastern Bible Dictionary: sorcerers or necromancers who profess to call up the dead to answer questions were said to have a familiar spirit. Such a person was called by the Hebrews a Hob, OBE, which properly means a leathern bottle. For sorcerers were regarded as vessels containing the inspiring demon. This Hebrew word, Ob, was equivalent to the pytho of the Greeks, to the word pytho of the Greeks, and was used to denote both the person and the spirit which possessed him or her. The word familiar is from the Latin familiaris, meaning a household servant, and was intended to express the idea that sorcerers had spirits as their servants ready to obey their commands. So that's the definition of a familiar spirit from the Eastern Bible Dictionary. Anybody can go look it up, simple Google, and you'll get what I just read. So before I go to 1 Samuel 15, right, we're gonna, pave the ground, set a foundation first. I'm going to go to the book of Ecclesiastes. This is very key. Ecclesiastes chapter 9, verse 5. And this is for everybody. This is for speaking about from Adam all the way down to the last person until the returning of the Hamashiach. Okay? Hear this. The book of Ecclesiastes, chapter 9, verse 5. For the living know that they shall, and alive, die. But the dead know not anything. Want to hear that? I'm in the book of Ecclesiastes, chapter 9, verse 5. For the living know that they shall die. But the dead, the unalive, know not anything, neither have they any more a reward, for the memory of them is forgotten. So keep that in mind when I go and read 1 Samuel 15 and 1 Samuel 28. Keep that in mind. Ecclesiastes 9, verse 5, I'm going to read it again. For the living know that they shall die, but the dead know not anything, neither have they any more a reward, for the memory of them is forgotten. We're not supposed to take away or add to the scriptures, right? But we're supposed to know how to rightfully divide the word of truth properly, and don't twist it up and turn it in what we think it is. And just because the next person is saying the same thing as you, you want to team up against an... No, don't do that. That's saying something opposite. No. When you're supposed to study it, man, go deep in it, man. Break it down properly. And just don't come to one conclusion and just stay at 1 Samuel 28 and say, yes, well, that's what it is. And you get some, I don't even know what to call him. I break it down and I don't follow him. And him I say, yes, man, I say it go. I look at it and I say, one man lead the whole on astray. So, I don't just follow Christians and some unbelievers. I'm not calling any name. I sure can. On my life, if you have a problem, you're more than welcome to forward up and speak about it. I will not curse you out. I will not. I'm trying to change my ways, honestly. I learn how to handle it better. Okay, so I read Ecclesiastes 9 and 5. Now I'm going to go to Isaiah 8 and 19. Let's see what Isaiah says concerning this. Isaiah 8 and 19. One moment. All right. So, the book of Isaiah, chapter 8, verse 19. Behold, and when they shall say unto you, seek unto them that have familiar spirits, and unto wizards that peep and that mutter, should not a people seek unto their God, their Elohim, for the living to the dead? Question. This is even being reiterated in Isaiah to show how serious it is. Don't play with this. Most High is like, this is not me. Don't do it. I'm not in this. I'm actually against it. And I will never join it. That's what he's saying. And he's telling us, don't join it. So now, I think it's fair enough that we go to the meat of the matter. Oh, one more thing. One more. Forgive me.
I have to go into the New Testament. I need some witnesses, man. I mean, brothers and sisters, I need witnesses. I need witnesses. So I'm in the book of Matthew, chapter 8, verse 29. I'm going to show you something. And you probably already know anyway. As I said, I'm just sharing. I'm not teaching. I'm just sharing because I know a lot of you out there are very knowledgeable in the scriptures. I learn a lot from a lot of you guys out there. I just don't tell you that, but I do, right? The book of Matthew, chapter 8, 29. And this is, when I call him Yahusha, the world calls him Jesus. This is when he encountered some evil spirits. Some people say demons or familiar spirits that possessed a man. And this is what the evil spirit said to Yahusha, Jesus. Matthew chapter 8, verse 29. And behold, let me start at 28. And when he was come, Matthew chapter 8, verse 28. And when he was come to the other side, into the country of the Gergeses, there met him two possessed with devils, coming out of the tombs. So two men possessed with devils, right? Coming out of the tombs, exceeding fierce, so that no man might pass by that way. Everybody was afraid of them. I saw them evil spirit, them familiar spirit are going, them evil. Verse 29, and behold, they cried out, saying, what have we to do with thee, Yahusha, Jesus, thou son of Yahuwah, God? Art thou come hither to torment us before the time? There's a lot of meat there. You know what they just did? And he didn't even say a word. He just approached them. And they were like, yo, they identified him. He didn't even say his name. He didn't even say nothing to them yet. And they identified him. They know exactly who he was. Imagine that. And not only that, they know who he was. This is also what they said to him. Art thou come hither to torment us before the time? Before what time? Oh, revelation time. Yes, judgment time. Right. So they know the end. Right? These demons they're not stupid. People, we wrestle not against flesh and blood, but some evil familiar spirit we are fight against in the name of the Most High and him son. May I tell you? And them know the Bible good. It's better than some of we. May I tell you this? So don't be fooled. Don't be deceived. Not like how Eve was deceived. Not like how Cain was deceived. Because these evil spirits, these familiar spirits, they're not only in certain people, they're roaming around all of us day and night. And if you don't have the protection of the Most High, if you're not covered, me say, them come in your yard. Yeah, man, and live with you. Geja, not now. I'm doing a lesson, but Shabbat Shalom, brother. Big up yourself. Right? So we have to be careful because these evil spirits, these familiar spirits, they know what's going on. They know who Geja, our great grandmother was, and can come to a dream in a Geja and tell him some foolishness and put on the shape of grandmother. As a bad them is. Yeah, them have power to do them something. Them a spirit. Right. So I don't want to go into a tangent. So let us continue. So let's go to 1 Samuel 15. And we're going to go to the meat of the matter. Right. So, one moment. All right. So, just to start it off before I go into one second. So, when I'm reading this now, I'm in 1 Samuel chapter 15, verse 23. Right? And this is when Saul was told by the Most High through Samuel to go and take down the Amalekites and unalive every single one of them, man, woman, child, livestock, everything of breath, unalive them. Saul almost got it right because he did unalive, some of the people. He left the king alive, Agag, and he left the animals them alive, right? And he did something presumptuously, which was not his place. This is what Saul did, and when he left the animals alive, and because Samuel didn't show up in time for him, he took it upon himself as a king, knowing that only sacrifices are only supposed to be made by the priest or prophet, not a king. But he took it upon himself to make a sacrifice on the Lord for the great victory that he so-called did. Presumptuous. Like he just spit in the Most High's face, like the Most High don't know order. Like, what are you doing? So, I'm in 1 Samuel chapter 15, verse 23. For rebellion is as the sin of witchcraft, and stubbornness is as iniquity and idolatry. Want to hear that? For rebellion, for just for being rebellious, is as the sin of witchcraft. Not me, The word says so. I'm in 1 Samuel 15, chapter 15, verse 23. For rebellion is as the sin of witchcraft, and stubbornness is as iniquity and idolatry. Because thou hast rejected the word of the Most High, he has also rejected thee from being king. Because his rejection and his stubbornness. Listen, Saul, you deaf? Most High don't play. Him no ramp. You's a king. Yeah, you may choose to lead my nation of people. What you do? Automatically, Most High have to remove him out of the way and have a next king ready, anointed, and wait in line. David. And Saul hold up that seat there for how much years? While the rightful king had to hide in a cave. And him even try to unalive him, knowing that he was not the rightful king. Because the Most High reject him from that time. And him hold up the seat. And him hold it up. And the Most High never, not, okay, make it go in right now. The Most High never chat to him, no more. Nobody no prophets, nobody no Urim. Urim them, those are the crystals them on the breastplates of the priests. Those when they glow, that means that the Most High, the Spirit is speaking. Listen, move. Not even them they glow him. Everybody stop chat to him who was important in his life. So we are underneath torment now. What does this tormented man go do when nobody important in his life go chat to him? And go seek answers. Make we go in it. 1 Samuel chapter 28. He went and seek answers. Why did he go and seek answers? Why? Knowing that he knew all these things that I read in the Torah concerning wizards, familiar spirits, and what the Most High said, throughout the Torah, different books, why would he, even if he got rejected, he could have just said, you know what, all right, take my little rejection, go one side, go sit down and, me have to reevaluate myself and, most I never say, I'm going to analyze him. Most I just said, you're not king no more, bro. You understand? So that means say, come on for the throne, go one side. But Saul, full of too much pride. And pride is a dangerous thing. Trust me. Don't be prideful. It will unalive you or make you unalive yourself. I'm just saying. So, 1 Samuel chapter 28 verse 1. And it came to pass in those days that the Philistines gathered their armies together for warfare to fight with Israel. And Achish said unto David, Know thou assuredly that thou shalt go out with me to battle, thou and thy men. And David said, verse 2, and David said to Achish, Surely thou shalt know what thy servant can do. And Achish said to David, Therefore will I make thee keeper of mine head forever. Meaning that, all right, David, all right, you tell me, say, you have show me what you can do. All right, you're not afraid to take down our army. All right, you know what? You're going to be my keeper, my right hand forever. What you mean? 1 Samuel chapter 28, verse 3. Now Samuel was unalive, dead. And all Israel had lamented him and buried him in Ramah, even in his own city. And Saul had put away those days. And Saul had put away those that had familiar spirits and the wizards out of the land. Oh, so he was going by the Torah, the Leviticus, what I read. Okay. So he put them out of the land, but he should have stoned them as well. So he did not do everything right. I'm going to read it again. 1 Samuel 28 verse 3. Now Samuel was unalived, and all Israel had lamented him, and buried him in Ramah, even in his own city. And Saul had put away those that had familiar spirits and the wizards out of the land. He should have stoned them to unalivement, as the Most High said. Verse 4. And the Philistines gathered themselves together, and came and pitched in Shunem. And Saul gathered all Israel together, and they pitched in Gilboa. Okay, so a standoff. And when Saul saw that the host of the Philistines, he was afraid. What? him catch him afraid. And I'm going to read that again. First Samuel 28, verse 5. And when Saul saw the host of the Philistines, he was afraid. The army of the Philistines makes Saul catch him frightened. And his heart greatly trembled. He must say, yo, them come for alive me now. Oh my God. What me I gonna do? Oh, help me. Whoever. I could not be the Most High, because the Most High reject him, not chat to him. So, it's a tough, that's a rough one. First Samuel chapter 28, verse 6. And when Saul inquired of the Lord answered him, not, but him bright no blow away. After Most High reject him and make him know through Samuel, I'd tell him, say, yo, bro, yeah, man, tell him, yo, bro, you're not king no more. Through Samuel, like, bro, like, what are you doing? Like, you're delusional or something? The man go pray to the Most High after him catch him afraid when him see the Philistine army. Make it make sense. So, First Samuel chapter 28, verse 6. And when Saul inquired of the Most High answered him not. Because the Most High word don't change. If the Most High say him not chat to you and him reject you, him not chat to you and reject you. And him now will go through anybody else for try chat to you. I don't think he would do that. Because that would make his word true. When word set out for do, it do. You not chat to you, bro. So if you pray to me, you not get no answer. So verse 6 in 1 Samuel chapter 28 says, And when Saul inquired of the Lord, the Most High answered him not, neither by dreams, nor by Urim, nor by prophets. Every door closed Saul. Verse 7. Then said Saul unto his servants. Saul said, all right, you know what? Let me try an next way now. Cause yo, get this. Jaja. Get this star. What me I gonna do now? Philistines army are surround me, yo. Alright. Yeah, what I gonna do? First Samuel chapter 28, verse 7. I'm a Jamaican, so sometimes you'll hear me speaking patois. Bear with me. Alright? First Samuel 28, verse 7. Then said Saul unto his servants, Seek me a woman that has a familiar spirit. A Obia woman? So now you turn to Obia? Because you know you're sending your people them to go seek out a woman that has a familiar spirit. And this familiar spirit is inside the woman, you know. The familiar spirit is inside the woman. She has one inside of her. You understand? Like a evil spirit, me she possess. But you know, for control that demon, they do. That's the thing. So, 1 Samuel 28, verse 7. Then said Saul unto his servants, Seek me a woman that has a familiar spirit, that I may go to her and inquire of her. And the servant said to him, Behold, there is a woman that has a familiar spirit at Endor. Now, mind you, if he did what the Leviticus law said and unalive all of them, there would be none to go to. And you'd be alive if he was obedient. But he was rebellious. 1 Samuel 28, verse 8. And Saul disguised himself, hiding, and put on other raiment. So he took off him kingly clothes and put on some dirty clothes, old clothes. And he went, and two men with him, And they came to the woman by night. Can't go a day, because everybody are going to see him. And he said, I pray thee, divine, hear it? Divine unto me by the familiar spirit, and bring me him up, whom I shall name unto thee. Divine. You guys should go look up that word. Right? Look at the picture. You know, all the people, them have them 5-pointed star. And then have a little table set, you know, the order, then call it. Right? That time I try to do, yo, work your magic. Work your order now. Call one of the dopey them for me now. Well, dopey them a call, but you see, you don't know that. Right? That's what the both says, I don't go to them. Right? Because they will deceive you. So, 1 Samuel 28, verse 8. And Saul disguised himself and put on other raiment, and he went, and 2 men with him. And they came to the woman by night, and he said, I pray thee, divine unto me by the familiar spirit, and bring me him up, whom I shall name unto thee. So he already gave this woman a clue already that he's looking for a man. She didn't ask him who he's looking for, but she will. But he gave himself away a long time. You understand? Mind you, she has an evil spirit inside her. She's a witch. She's not an angel. And I read in Leviticus and in Deuteronomy and Isaiah that the Most High don't even deal with them. And then Matthew 8, where Jesus, Yahusha, they know him off the bat, and he didn't even mention his name. Right? So they're not stupid. 1 Samuel 28, verse 9. And the woman said unto him, Behold, thou knowest what Saul has done. Right? This is at the beginning of the verse, 1 Samuel, I think 28 and 3. Verse 3. Right? The woman is like, yo. And the woman said unto him, Behold, thou knowest what Saul has done. Yo, you know what Saul did? How he has cut off those that have familiar spirits. All of the warrior work at them. Him cut them off. You don't hear what Saul do? Like, hello? Right? Me not supposed to work no more. Like, you know, nobody's supposed to come to me. That's what the lady's basically saying. Verse 9. And the woman said unto him, Behold, thou knowest what Saul has done, how he has cut off those that have familiar spirits, and the wizards out of the land. Wherefore they layest thou a snare from my life? So she knows that she's supposed to be unalive if anybody catches her. But Saul is like, just playing the fool while he's being rebellious. You understand? Yeah, rebellious. And the woman said unto him, Behold, thou knowest what Saul has done, how he has cut off those that have familiar spirits, and the wizards. Cut off means unalive, right? Not just drive out, right? Because she's still alive. He drove out her, but he cut off, most of them, unalive them. And the wizards out of the land. Wherefore, then layest thou a snare for my life to cause me to die unalive? Question she's asking to Saul. Verse 10. And Saul swear to her by the Most High. Saul is a dirty wretch. How you gonna swear by the Most High not chat to you, dirty boy? How dare you? Using the Lord's name in vain, and the Most High is not with you. Hello? I didn't tell you no, but and Saul swore to her by the Most High, the Lord, saying, As the Lord liveth, there shall no punishment happen to thee for this thing. Disobedient. You should have slew her. Maybe the Most High would have said, you know what? Yeah, so Saul not so really bad. But you didn't do that, dude. And the lady's even shown it in your face what you did. And look at you now, coming back to the same thing that the Most High told you that you've done away with. It's like disgrace, bro. First Samuel chapter 28, verse 10. Then Saul swore to her by the Lord, saying, As the Most High liveth, there shall no punishment happen to thee for this thing. Then said the woman, Whom shall I bring up unto thee? And he said, Bring me up Samuel. Now stick a pin. Mind you, he said to her, him, in verse 8, bring me him up. She didn't ask. Now, she knows it's a man, but now she wants to put a name now, right? So now the demon, right? So, then said the woman, 1 Samuel 28, verse 11, then said the woman, Whom shall I bring up unto thee? Question. And he said, Bring me up Samuel. So I know when we see the name Samuel in the scriptures, and this is the problem I think all of us is having. It's like, oh, you're trying to take away. You can't add. It says Samuel. It has to be Samuel. I'm like, okay, fair enough. I'm not taking it away. Nothing. I'm just trying to show you that it's someone. It's an evil spirit, a familiar spirit that already gathered information now. Knowing that's a man and knowing the name of this man can automatically now pretend to be that person. They already have the description. Evil spirits are not stupid, as some would think. Walk with me. 1 Samuel chapter 28, verse 11. Then said the woman, Whom shall I bring up unto thee? And he said, Bring me up Samuel. Verse 12. And when the woman saw Samuel, I'm going to prove it's not Samuel. Watch. Simple. It's very simple. Right? Easy. And when the woman saw Samuel, she cried with a loud voice. And the woman spake to Saul, saying, Why hast thou deceived me? Question. For thou art Saul. The familiar spirit inside the woman now spilled the beans. He's like, he told her, he's like, yo, hey, that's Saul you're talking to. That's Saul. That's why she's shocked. Because she know what Saul did to all the witches and the wizards them. Yes, 1 Samuel 28, verse 3. So she's like, yo, what you doing on me yard? The duppy inside her, the evil spirit, the familiar spirit, tell her. So you know you're talking to Saul, right? And she's like, whoa, what? Because Saul disguised himself, did he not? The woman didn't recognize him. She should have known his height. He's tall, right? That was a giveaway. That would be a giveaway, right? Because he was taller than most of his people. So, you know, so that's why she was shocked, right? When we read 1 Samuel's 28 and 12, it's not because she saw Samuel. No. The familiar spirit inside of her informed her now exactly who she was speaking to. And she was like, what? What? Right. 1 Samuel 28, verse 12. And when the woman saw Samuel, she cried with a loud voice. And the woman spake to Saul, saying, Why hast thou deceived me? For thou art Saul. Now what are you going to say? Samuel told her that it was Saul? So what are we trying to say here now? Samuel, who served the Most High God, never had no encounter with any witches or wizard, actually abhorred them. And then they're going to have power these witches, warlocks, wizards, and necromancers to bring up this holy man of God that slept and alive peacefully and in a place of peace? Make it make sense. And 1 Samuel chapter 28 verse 12. And when the woman saw Samuel, she cried with a loud voice. Right? She cried with a loud voice. But hear what she said though. And the woman spake to Saul, saying, Why hast thou deceived me? For thou art Saul. So she was surprised because of this deception. Not because she saw Samuel. That already set up already. The demon, the familiar spirit inside her, don't already get the information. No, it say, okay, it's a man. Okay, oh, Samuel, okay, no problem. Change shape one time and say, oh yeah, by the way, that is Saul that you're speaking to. And she's like, what? Yeah. Right? Yeah. That's why she was shocked. Right? Not because she saw Samuel. No, that's her familiar spirit, setting him up. You understand? Because that's what she does. That's her job. She has a familiar spirit. I would duppy in her. Like, come on, let's not get it twisted. Right? And there is no, well, I know you see on the prompt, and you see that little, the guy there, the white, the apparition of a spirit. No, there was no third person there. Right? It was just Saul and the woman. Right? And it's like the woman now, the spirit is speaking through the woman. You understand? And you're gonna see as I read down, right? So 1 Samuel chapter 28, verse 13. And the king said unto her, Be not afraid, for what sawest thou? Right? So he's telling her, yo, don't be frightened. What did you see? Saul didn't see. He's asking her, what did she see? It's only two of them conversing. This is an A and B conversation. No C involved. So now she's going to tell him now what she saw. And this is how he's going to get deceived. Because Saul never said nothing. He's just going by the word of the woman. And any woman can tell you anything and send it to your death. I'm just saying, if you're not wise, right? So, 1 Samuel 28, verse 13. And the king said unto her, Be not afraid, for what sawest thou? What did you see? And the woman said unto Saul, I saw gods ascending out of the earth. That's what she saw. Saul didn't see that. The woman saw that. So Saul, I forgot by what the woman said, right? And she saw gods, right? Elohim, plural, right? The Gods, Elohim, more than one, ascending out of the earth. So if it was more than one, how she was able to pick out Samuel so fast out of all of those gods? And I didn't even know that Samuel was even a god anyway. Elohim. I thought he was just a man. That should have been red flag, alarm bells going off. Ding, 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 ding. Hey, what's going on here? You see gods coming from up from the earth. Satan and him angels never get cast to the ground. We know we bury people in the earth and all them something there. But yes, right? And we can go to oh yes, Christ said, oh, you guys are like, no, not in this context. This is a woman, a witch. I tell Saul now, dirty rebellious Saul, what she see, no what him see. First Samuel 28:13. And the king said unto her, Be not afraid, for what sighest thou? And the woman said unto Saul, I see gods ascending out of the earth. Gods ascending out of the earth? So which one is Samuel? And how do you, okay, let's find out. Verse 14. And he said unto her, What form is he of? He's listening to her, but he's not listening good. He's saying, she didn't say, I saw a man coming out of the earth. If she'd have said that, then I'd say, you know what? All right, that possibility could be Samuel. Because Samuel is a man. But she's tricking him. She's deceiving him. No one says he's not even listening. Seeing? And him now, seeing, she went plural on him, and he's going to go singular now. Right? Verse 1 Samuel 28:14. Right? Because 13, she says she saw gods ascending out of the earth. Verse 14 says, And he said unto her, What form is he of? Singular? Bro, weren't you listening? And you're supposed to be a leader of Israel? This is a shameful. And she said, An old man. Here she's going to play him now. She is playing him. Because he already gave her the information. And I'm sure the woman is familiar of Samuel. If she's familiar of Saul, she's familiar of Samuel and the familiar spirit within her. Make it make sense. Because this is just a little bit time after Samuel, well, years after Samuel unalived. But this woman I'm sure she's familiar with Samuel, if she's familiar with Saul. First Samuel 28, verse 14. And he said unto her, What form is he of? Question. And she said, An old man cometh up, and he is covered with a mantle. Right? That's her description. Right? And here's Saul now. And Saul perceived. So Paula saying, oh, that it was Samuel. He perceived, he's thinking. He's like, oh, mantle. Oh, you know, see Samuel that? Because he's remembering now how Samuel used to dress when he was alive. But she's leading him on. She's leading him on. You understand? It's like she tie a rope around a banana and she say, Here, Saul, come, yes, come, take it. And Saul, and she pull it, and him slowly, I try go off, and she slowly pull it. Yes, that's what she did to him, my eggy man. You understand? I lead him into a trap. 1 Samuel 28:14. And he said unto 15. 14. And he said unto her, What form is he? And she said, An old man cometh up, and he is covered with a mantle. And Saul perceived, thinking that it was Samuel. And he stooped with his face to the ground. Now listen. When Saul perceived that it was Samuel, here what the idiot boy go do now? And he stooped with his face to the ground and bowed himself. That's an act of worship. Not even the angels them accept worship. Saul, what are you doing? And if it was really Samuel, right? And she conjured up Samuel, right? The prophet of the Most High. When he did that obeisance, Samuel would have said, Yo, where do get the hell up? Hey, don't do that. Only God is supposed to bow to. That's what the real Samuel would have said. If angels say that. So like what's going on here? Verse 14. 1 Samuel chapter 28, verse 14. And this is supposed, these are clues. And he said unto her, What form is he of? After she told him she saw gods coming, ascended out of the earth, meaning more than one. And this idiot boy Saul now, what form is he of? You're supposed to say, what form are they of? In God's singular. And she said, an old man cometh up. She said, okay, yeah, idiot. An old man cometh up, and he is covered with a mantle. And Saul perceived, thinking that it was Samuel, and he stooped with his face to the ground, and bowed himself to the woman that he was doing that to. Because him think say, as Samuel now, the woman I say, and I go speak to you. You never see nobody. It's just him and the woman. Verse 15, 1 Samuel 28, verse 15. And Samuel said to Saul, why hast thou disquieted me to bring me up? Question. Really? And the woman, the familiar spirit, that's another red flag that Saul should have said, what? After my job, I just bow down to you and everything now. You come, I say you forward harshly. What you wake me up for? And Samuel said to Saul, why hast thou disquieted me to bring me up? Question. And Saul answered, hear what Saul said, you're the dirty boy, I said. I am sore distressed, for the Philistines make war against me. I know them come for unalive you, and you get freed. And through the Most High I chat to you, every door lock, this is your next resort. You go over a woman. So I don't understand, if the Most High not chat to you, period, why would I choose to chat to you through a warrior woman? I don't get it. And then use Saul through the warrior woman and say, oh yes, oh, of course, the Most High is trying to send Saul a message. And what? The Most High only rejected him as king and tell him, say, not chat to him no more. Most High never told him that he was going to unalive him or his family. Saul shouldn't even have been king. He was supposed to be David. If Saul would have humbled himself and take the rejection humbly, you see, he would have still been alive, him and his sons. They wouldn't have to go to war. They could have just taken the defeat. They look a shame. Most likely them probably would have get unalive already. But who knows how that would have end up if he didn't go to the witch of Endor. But he shouldn't even have went to fight anyway. Because you weren't even king at the time. You were not the rightful king, Saul. David was anointed king after you got rejected right away. So Saul was just doing pure foolishness. Just pure foolishness. Like I walking like him a madman or something. Right, so 1 Samuel 28 verse 15. And Samuel said to Saul, why hast thou disquieted me to bring me up? Why you wake me up for brethren? And Saul answered, I am sore distressed. Bro, I'm afraid. For the Philistines make war against me. And Yahuwah, God is departed from me, and answereth me no more, neither by prophets, nor by dreams. Therefore I have called thee, that thou mayest have made known unto me what I shall do. Because in the war, he's like, Samuel, now tell me what I should do now. How can I win this war? Because this army, I'm afraid of this. The army is big. I'm afraid. I'm frightened. Verse 16. Then said Samuel, wherefore then dost thou ask of me? Another slap in the face. Right? This is the familiar spirit saying, like, what are you coming to me for? Like, hello? What are you doing? Like, they're trying to warn him, but they're egging him on at the same time, but he's still not getting it because he's so consumed Because Saul also has a evil spirit in him that the Most High sent him. You know, that David used to have to play to calm him. Yeah, it was still in him. 1 Samuel 28, verse 16. Then said Samuel, wherefore then dost thou ask of me, seeing the Most High is departed from thee, and is become thine enemy? Familiar spirit knows this. They're familiar. You think they weren't around when he was being disobedient? Oh, they were right there. The evil spirits, them were right there when Saul got rejected. They were right there. They know. Nobody had to tell them. You couldn't see them, but they're right there. Evil spirits, they only could be unalive by fire. And that's going to be at judgment. Until then, they're still here. So that familiar spirit is fooling Saul, fooling the heck out of him. 1 Samuel 28, which is rightfully, we tell if go a woman. 1 Samuel 28. Then said Samuel, wherefore then dost thou ask of me, seeing the Most High? Oh yeah, and after when I'm finished, anyone, man or woman, can forward up and rebuttal. Okay? No problem. You're all welcome. 1 Samuel chapter 28, verse 17. And the Most High has done to him. Sorry, verse 16. Then said Samuel, wherefore then does thou ask of me, seeing the Most High is departed from thee, and is become thine enemy? And the Most High has done to him as he spake by me. For the Most High has rent the kingdom out of thine hand, and given it to thy neighbor, even to David. I'm going to read that again. 1 Samuel 28, 17. And the Most High has done to him as he spake by me. So the demon now try convince him now that, yes, this is done to you that was spake when I was alive. But no. No. Yes, Samuel spake it. But you, demon, you were there too. You understand? Samuel doesn't have to come and reiterate it. Why? We can go to Ecclesiastes 9 and 5. The dead, they don't know nothing. Everything is forgotten. So whatever Samuel knew when he got alive concerning what he said to Saul, when you're unalive, you don't remember that. Ecclesiastes 9 and 5 says it. Test me. And when you go around that, forward block to me. Or if you can go around that, because I think that's going to be a roadblock. If you're going to come challenge me. Respectfully. Just a warning. And I have other scriptures as well. Right. So, 1 Samuel chapter 28, verse 17. And the Most High has done to him as he spake by me. For the Most High has rent the kingdom out of thine hand, right, and given it to thy neighbor, even David, right. Right, we know that is said in 1 Samuel 15, right, we know, no problem, because of his disobedience and not doing what he was told, we know. Verse 18, because thou obeyedest not the voice of the Most High, nor executed his fierce wrath upon Amalek. Therefore has the Most High done this thing unto thee this day. No, that should have been another red flag. All the Most High did to Saul was reject him as being king over the nation of the children of Israel. And just don't want to speak to him. The Most High didn't even pronounce no judgment on him saying, oh, you're going to be unalive because of... No, Most High didn't say nothing. The Most High said, Saul, you're just no king no more. And I'm not going to talk to you no more. And it was just for Saul to just take that humbly and step aside and let the new king now forward. That's all it was. But because Saul is multiplying his rebelliousness one after the other, it is stacked. And these demons are right there when he's doing it. It is an evil spirit that influenced him, Saul, to even mention it to his two-man them and say, go find me out a woman that has a familiar spirit. An evil spirit put that in his head. Big up Jason Belmont. He had no other resort. Well, he did. He could have just said, you know what? It's either me just go surrender, I shouldn't even have fight the war. Or from the most I give him rejection, you should have just take it and step aside. Because David done our anointed king and a wait, even though you are a child and unalive him. And David could have unalive you too. And Jew David say, yo, touch not the Lord's anointed. Because David have respect. And he never have to go a Obe man for do that. A Obe a woman. So Saul, no man, Saul passing place, man. You understand? And this is not Samuel. These are demonic spirits. The woman have a familiar spirit inside her. I'm going to Leviticus, Deuteronomy, Isaiah, where the Most High tell you over in verses. Hey, do not go, matter of fact, yo, stone them if you see any one of them. Don't even ask questions. No one no quote. Straight judgment. That's how much the Most High detests them. So why would the Most High come try to use one of them to come speak to Saul? To judge him? For what? No. Saul is getting his own judgment now. The demon are judging him. The demon is judging him. Because I'm wickedness now. Because the demon said, listen, God don't even want you no more. You become an enemy to God. You're basically fair game. You're not even covered, bro. You're open season. Yeah. That's what they were telling him. You're vulnerable now. We can do whatever we want to you. We can play with you. Saul, you're our little toy, basically. Because the Most High don't like you no more. He rejected you. He don't even talk to you. They know that. The demons them know that. Why wouldn't the evil spirits them know that? If we can go to Matthew 8, right, and see that they even know Yahusha, who we call Jesus. You understand? They know him. They know him. At Matthew 18:29, and they said, did you, Yahusha, Jesus, Son of God, did you come to torment us before the time? You see how smart they are? Yeah. So why, if they could identify the Son of the Most High, who the hell is Saul? Saul fell for every little trick. They're even trying to tell him, so like, yo, what are you doing here? You should be praying to God. But then he couldn't because God don't answer him. So, well, but so he was just gone too far. Like, he was so deep into it, he couldn't even get out. Even if he tried to tell you the truth. So this is just going to be his judgment, basically. And the demon them agree to him, right? And we're going to read, after I finish read 28, we're going to read his end. Right? And we're going to see now if it was really Saul, if everything Saul said really came true. Right? We're going to see. So I'm in 1 Samuel chapter 28, right? Verse 18. Because thou obeyest not the voice of the Most High, nor executeth his fierce wrath upon Amalek, therefore has the Most High done this thing unto thee this day. Verse 19. Moreover, the Most High will also deliver Israel with thee into the hand of the Philistines. And tomorrow shalt thou and thy sons be with me. What? What do you mean Saul is going to be with you, Samuel? Samuel, you're in a good place. Samuel, you didn't commit no sin. What do you mean? We know he's going to go to the grave, but what do you mean with you, Sam? You understand? Meaning him a go a torment Saul and his son them a go a hell. Through the father now, the pitney them have to suffer. Because the father never set the example to save the pitney them. Imagine, what a shame. And them all perish. Be with me? Samuel? You're going to be with Samuel where Samuel is? In paradise? Saul, you're not going there. How is Saul going to be with Samuel, who was unalive righteous? Like, you know, yeah. The man passed righteously, like obeyed everything that, you know, even, you know, corrected your mistakes, Saul, like, and you're going to be with him where we know you're going to go to the grave, but there's two compartments. One is a place of peace and paradise. Another is a place of torment and torture. And I think the latter is fitting for Saul, not the first. So I'm kind of confused. You know, when I saw that, you know, 1 Samuel 28, let me read that again. You know, maybe I'm missing something. 1 Samuel 28, verse 19. Moreover, the Lord, that's another clue. It didn't say, thus say the Lord. It said, moreover, the Lord will also deliver Israel with thee into the hand of the Philistines. And tomorrow shalt thou and thy sons be with me. Hear the demon now, hear the familiar spirit. The Lord also shall deliver the host of Israel into the hand of the Philistines. You said that the first time. Yeah, at the beginning of the verse. Right? But he's repeating this the same thing. You understand? Right. Clues, too many clues. 1 Samuel 28, 20. Then Saul fell straightway all along on the earth and was sore afraid because of the words of Samuel. Not Samuel, a familiar spirit pretending to be Samuel. Because Saul, you did not see anything. You are listening to what this woman that has a familiar spirit is telling you. You're asking her, what do you see? She told you she saw gods coming from the earth. Gods, plural, meaning more than one. You, Saul, said to her, is it a man? Like, what? What do you mean, is it a man? Like, she said more than one. How do you take that and point out that it's just one person? You understand? And that was a confusion Saul is just been having his whole time from being rejected. Mind messed up, not thinking straight. 1 Samuel 28, verse 20. Then Saul fell straightway all along on the earth and was sore afraid because the words of Samuel, and there was no strength in him, for he had eaten not bread all the day, nor all the night. Yeah, because nobody told you to go there. Nobody told you to seek out no witch with a familiar spirit that you are supposed to cut off and unalive on the spot. So you go mess with that, you get what you want. But that wasn't the Most High. Most High don't get involved in that. The evil spirits, them, they fooled you. Yeah. They use what you know and fooled you. That's what they did to you, Saul. And deceived you. Because that's what they do. They deceive. Because even Satan can appear as an angel of light. So, Their job is to deceive us, mankind, God's creation. That's their job. It's our job now to not be deceived. How do we do that? By staying connected to the Father. The Father shows us how to identify them. When they come around us, we can know if they're in this person or that person, or if they're just around us generally. When you stay connected with the Most High and His Son. And when He answers your prayers. You know, when you hear. Yeah. Yeah. Right. So, all praises to the Most High Yahuwah. Thank you, Father. 1 Samuel 28, verse 20. Then Saul fell straightway along on the earth and was so afraid, still afraid, because of the words of Samuel. And there was no strength in him, for he had eaten no bread all the day, nor all the night. So him fast, right? Before he even go out the witch yard. Verse 21. And the woman came unto Saul, and saw that he was sore troubled, and said unto him, Behold, she say, you bugger you. You remember, you killed the whole of my friend. You analyze the whole of my friend them. The whole of my wizard friend them. My witch compadres. You think so me never remember? But she say you should analyze me when you get the chance. Now she gonna feel sorry for him. 1 Samuel chapter 28, verse 21. And the woman came unto Saul. Actually, no. She gonna give him last supper. Hey, some woman dangerous, you know? Yo, I'm gonna check out that one, yeah. A woman, yeah. Woman, cool, you know, she cool like ice. 1 Samuel 28, 28, 21. And the woman came to Saul and saw that he was sore troubled, and said unto him, Behold, thine handmaid has obeyed thy voice, and I have put my life in my hand. Cause she know, say, yo, the thing what me just do, why am I supposed to get on a life feet, you know? So me just put my life in, you understand? So, right? And the woman came to Saul and saw, verse 22, now therefore I pray thee. And the woman came unto Saul and saw that he was sore troubled, and said unto him, Behold, thine handmaid has obeyed thy voice, and I have put my life in my hand, right? By obeying your voice, Saul. Because I'm supposed to be on a life for this. I'm not supposed to be doing this. And have hearkened unto thy words, which thou spakest unto me. Right? So I didn't come to you. You came to me, telling me to do this. Right? Verse 22. Now therefore, I pray thee, Saul, hearken thou also unto the voice of thine handmaid. She still has a familiar spirit in her. Don't forget, she's a witch. She can't turn it on and off. She has that control. Just think of her, they compare it to like a ventriloquist, basically. If anyone knows what a ventriloquist is, like, you know, when the guy has those little puppets, and, you know, they made the puppet talk and they move their lips without, you know, you don't even know that the person is moving their lips, but you're controlling the puppet. It's just like the wizard now controls the demon, right? And tells the demon what to do. Because she's hosting the demon. Right? The demon is inside of her. The familiar spirit is inside of her. She is the host. Right? And she's working together. Both of them are working together. They're cool. They're comfortable. You understand? So she can tell the demon what to do to help her, and the demon can inform her what to do to help. You understand that they're working together in evil. Okay? 1 Samuel chapter 28, verse 22. Now therefore I pray thee, hearken thou also unto the voice of thine handmaid, and let me set a morsel of bread before thee, and eat, that thou mayest have strength when thou goest on thy way. Now, this woman having a familiar spirit speak to her, to Saul, pretending to be Samuel, just told this man his last day on earth. Him and him children them, which is the next day. And then tell him, hey, eat some food, man. Knowing say, you're gonna live tomorrow. You and your children them, you and your sons. Your 3 sons. Yeah, last meal. Wow. It's crazy, eh? Cool. She say, yo, I should do it nice too, She say, yo, man, what you worry about, man? Come on, eat some food. What you mean, what am I worry about? And you just tell me, say, yo, I'm me and my son, I'm going tomorrow. Lady, move for you, say. I don't want the food. 1 Samuel 28. Because she said, don't analyze your say no. Yeah, you have to analyze tomorrow. Not here. So she make sure feed her woman. Yo, 1 Samuel 28. 23. But he refused and said, I would not eat, right? But his servants together with the woman compelled him, and he hearkened unto her voice. So he arose from the earth and sat upon the bed. And the woman had a fat calf in the house, and she hasted and unalived it right away, and took flour. Wow, that was a quick butcher. And kneaded it, and did bake unleavened bread thereof. Verse 25. And she brought it before Saul and before his servants, and they did eat. Then they rose up and went away that night. Crazy. Crazy. It's not done yet, right? So let's see the continuation. Follow me to 1 Samuel chapter 31. Right, so we're in 28, right? In 28, we know that the familiar spirit from the witch that was inside of the witch told Saul, right, that was pretending to be Samuel, that him and his 3 sons are going to be unalived, right? Let's see if it come to pass exactly how the familiar spirit said, or if there's less or more added on, right? So I'm in the book of 1 Samuel, chapter 31, verse 1. Now, the Philistines fought against Israel, and the men of Israel fled from before the Philistine and fell down. Now, this is the next day. This is when Saul left the woman yard. Now we might go fight, against the Philistines. So 1 Samuel 31. Now the Philistines fought against Israel, and the men of Israel fled. They ran away from before the Philistines and fell down slain in Mount Gilboa. So the Philistines was winning the war and slewing the children of Israel. Verse 2. And the Philistines followed hard upon Saul. One moment. And upon his sons. And the Philistines slew Jonathan, son number 1, and Abinadab, son number 2, and Malchishua, son number 3. Saul's sons. Verse 3. And the battle went sore against Saul. So Saul is still living, but his sons are unalived. And the archers hit him. He got hit with an arrow, but he's still alive. And he was sore wounded of the archers. So he probably got more than one arrow, you know. Verse 4. Then said Saul unto his armor bearer, draw thy sword and thrust me through therewith. What? Yo, that brother, you're desperate, you know. Like, this brother is really, like, when him get desperate, you know, yo, sound like losing, you know. Yo, 1 Samuel chapter 31, verse 4. Then Saul said unto his armor bearer, draw thy sword and thrust me through therewith. He must say, yo, take my life. Why? Lest these uncircumcised Philistines come and thrust me through and abuse me. Stay down alive like a man, bro. But his armor bearer would not. I said, no, bro. Right. His armor bearer said, no. Oh, no, listen now. I'm in 1 Samuel chapter 31, verse 4. For he was so afraid. Both of them afraid. Therefore, Saul took a sword and fell upon it. Saul unalived his own selves. What we call today, he committed that big S. Huh? He committed that big S. And you guys know the word. And it ends with an E. Starts with an S, ends with an E. That's why when the familiar spirit through the woman told him that you will be with me, you and your sons. Because, surely, we know for a fact, and, this is sensible people, when you, take your own life, if, it's not a good thing. You know where you're going to go automatically. And that's not with the Most High, unfortunately. So that familiar spirit lied to him using Samuel. Well, not really lied to him, just gave him his judgment, but lied to him with the image of Samuel, right? But let's see, right? Because the evil spirit, the familiar spirit, what he thought was Samuel, didn't tell him that he was going to fall upon his sword. He just says that, no, you're going to lose the war, and you and your 3 sons are going to be here with me because you rejected Most High, and, God become your enemy, right? The familiar spirit didn't say that he was going to fall upon his sword, right? And this is what happened too, verse 5. And when is our 1 Samuel chapter 31, verse 5. And when his armor bearer saw that Saul was unalived, he fell likewise upon his sword and unalived with him. Both of them committed the biggest. That's what Samuel should have, so-called Samuel should have said, when he went to the witch of Endor that had the familiar spirit. Should have told him all these things. I don't know. Will it make a difference? So, you're unalive like a man, not like a coward. I'm just saying, I'm looking at the apostles, them, most of the prophets and everything, they never took their lives. Right? I believe only cowards do that. To me, that's just my opinion. So I'm gonna just pause there for a while, right? And maybe some were not here when I was reading the definition of what a familiar spirit is, right? And we can even go into the Strong's Concordance or even a Hebrew Greek and lexicon, and the word is ob, right? Ob in the Hebrew, obe, right, for familiar spirit, and it's H178, the Hebrew number. If anybody wants to go look it up to get familiar, with the definition of it, especially from the Hebrew perspective, right? When I was doing my research, the definition, what I used to get the definition was the Easton Bible Dictionary. It's spelled EASTON, right? Bible Dictionary, right? And it gave me this detailed definition of familiar spirits, and I love it. So familiar spirits: sorcerers or necromancers who profess to call up the dead to answer questions were said to have a familiar spirit. Such a person was called by the Hebrews a Ob, OBE, which properly means a leathern bottle. For sorcerers were regarded as vessels containing the inspiring demon. This Hebrew word was equivalent to the pytho of the Greeks and was used to denote both the person and the spirit which possessed him or her. The word familiar is from the Latin familiaris, meaning a household servant, and was intended to express the idea that sorcerers had spirits as their servants. Sorcerers had spirits as their servants, ready to obey their commands. Right? So, just conclude the matter. It was not Samuel that was brought up from the grave, even though the scriptures say Samuel. No, it was a familiar spirit disguising itself to be Samuel. And as I said, anybody can, prove me wrong if you would like, no problem. Right? But you can't just go into First Samuel's 28 and just try to twist the verses how you want to do it. No, because then I'm going to go back to the Torah. You understand? And I don't know how you're going to go around that. Right? And it's just common sense. The Most High rejected him. You don't want to speak to him no more. The Most High don't need no witch with a familiar spirit, an evil spirit, to speak to Saul. The Most High already told him what it was already. He's snooping around in all the wrong places. That's what Saul was doing. The Most High didn't tell him to go there. Actually, the Most High tell him to unalive them, drive them up, unalive them, cut them off, which he did not do. You understand? So you can't just use First Samuel's 28 and then go to certain verse and just, oh, what your perception is, and oh, look, but it says Samuel, so it have to be Samuel. Well, you don't have eyes to see then. That means that you're spiritually blind then. Saul bowed down, his face to the ground, And because the woman said it was Samuel, which he didn't see, I guess he was bowing down and worshiping the woman. Yo, I want to make it make sense. And nobody told him to get up. When did Samuel start take worship? Give me a chapter and a verse when he was alive. That Samuel take worship when people were bowing down to him. Please, I would like to know. I'm telling you. And the ones them who know this, and I know you're watching on the For You page, but you should come. Let's talk about it. I told you, I will shame you publicly. I will. I won't drop you. I won't mute you. I promise. Not like how Uno do me. You understand? I won't do that. If Uno feels a Funa argument stronger than mine, forward. Make we trash it out. Respectfully, as man of the Most High. I'm all shalom. Shabbat shalom. Peaceful Sabbath. Debunk me. Tell me what I'm saying is not true and you don't agree. I promise I won't say a word. I'll mute my mic. I'll let you finish, make your point without interrupting you. I can do that. I promise. So now, if you guys keep alive now and you guys are speaking about a similar topic now, you guys invite me, which you guys probably won't. Right? Don't mute me or drop me, right? Just let me bring my argument. You understand? You understand? Mm-hmm. And I don't want to hear nobody go change their argument, you know. After this, I don't want to go and see some lies now. Oh, you know, say, could I wrong? You know, so that wasn't really Samuel. I don't want to hear that, you know. More you have to stay strong. Yeah. Yes. A week ago, where I said, more you have to stand on that. Because that's what you believed. I mean, see y'all, I get heated. So someone I get heated. Oh, you don't know what you're talking about. You don't understand the scriptures. You don't know how to read. You don't have reading comprehension. All of them something. I'm like, oh, them things they are going. The patakal keko black. Okay. All right. So, me no one to say that about me too. Oh, he doesn't know how to read well. That's all he does is read. And don't even know what he's reading. Whatever. Yeah, and then you can't tell me say, you know, once in a while I do cuss people. You understand? Yo, I'm not like some people. Because some people are friends with some people. We send some people up under their mother. I said BC clot and all kind of clot. And then come back and then talk about the Bible. And then everybody just quiet like so nothing never happened. I start laughing and talking. I say, yeah, man, that's the same stay, man. But me do it, oh my goodness, this no, he's not a real man of God. And I said, but when him do it though, him okay. So I don't want to give a pass to. That's what I said the one I a hypocrite. That's when I call him out on my post them, trust me. It's what's inside. That's what I know, because I see it. You understand? And I invite you to look forward, come, we can talk it out, man. We can do a Matthew 18 and 15. No problem. I have no problem you forwarding over here, because more times when I go over there, it's like, I don't know, no. Everybody get uneasy. Don't know why. Yeah, but yeah, that's my sharing for today concerning Saul and the witch of Endor. Right? So it is not Samuel. Even though it says Samuel there, not Samuel speaking. How do I know? Ecclesiastes 9 and 5 tells you that straight. Can't go around that one there. And then other scriptures, just to solidify it. You know what I'm saying? I said it before I leave anyway, because I'm going to go enjoy my Shabbat, to tell you the truth. Well, I am enjoying it right now, but, enough life for me. All right. Let's see. Charmaine Reed, big up. Thank you for sticking around. Thank you very much. So Ecclesiastes 9 and 5. Hold on one here. Hold on booping on yet before sign off. Ecclesiastes chapter 9 verse 5. For the living know that they shall die, but the dead know not anything, neither have they any more a reward. For the memory, the memory of them is forgotten. Right? So, I don't know how I'm going to try spin that one there and twist it and tell me, say, oh, no, this is what it really means. But until then, shalom, Shabbat shalom, and Baruch upon yourself. All praises to Yahuwah. Thank you all for listening. You guys continue to enjoy the rest of your day, and we will speak again. Shalom.